Deep breaths, people. Deep breaths. 2021 is on its way. Hi. Hello. Been a bit, ain't it? Like, so much of a bit that... I don't even actually remember how I used to start these videos. So hello, my name is Catherine. And we're going to be setting up my bullet journal. So I already started doing some of the 2021 collections pages, because originally I was not going to film this at all. Wasn't going to film it. I was going to completely abandon this channel, and I was not going to do any more plannery content. And then, for whatever reason, I felt the need, the deep urge, the soul-seated need to go look at the Hobonichi website. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to get an April start cousin. And wouldn't it be really fun to get back into making videos for my bullet journaling and whatnot, and my coloring, and all of my various paper crafting? So now we're here. So I do have some of my year start collections pages already set up, ready to go. And then I have the ones that aren't set up are sketched out, and so is January. So here we go. So if you have missed me, and you've been wondering where I am at, I started a knitting and crocheting sewing podcast, or craftcast, vlogcast, thingamabooper on my channel. I believe I've renamed it to Catnip Invaders Creations. But I am contemplating figuring out how to shorten that, because it's very long. But either way, that is neither here nor there. So my first collections page spread has to do with that channel a great deal. So we have my knitting plans, and these are just knitting for me, and we have my sewing plans, which again are just sewing for me. Knitting, it's divided into garments and socks. Then I have the pattern and the yarn I'm using, pattern and yarn I am using. And then over on my sewing plans, it is divided into everyday and 1920s. I am planning on making a 1920s styled capsule wardrobe kind of thing, because I do live in St. Augustine, Florida, so I have a lot of great architecture to be my backdrop. It's magical, honestly. If I can figure out how to link cards from a different, or if I can figure out how to link cards at all, but then again, from a different channel, because it is a separate channel, I will link where I did the intro for that. I am not entirely sure when I'm going to actually get started on that project, really, because I want to see if I can get my sewing machine fixed before I start hand stitching things. Anyway, and then we have gifts. So we have all of my birthdays written out here, and then you will miss ones. And then we have my miscellaneous, my misc makes, which I've got project bags, project bags is one section, and then pot holders, dishcloths, and scrubbies. These are things I make when I'm anxious and just need to move my hands. Like, I will grab a size 7 needle, a US size 7 needle, and a random skein of cotton yarn if I'm going to be in an anxiety-inducing situation, and just make a mitered square for a dishcloth. And I have blankets, throws, and other cozy items. So technically, these two sections are housewares. It's just, these are small housewares, and these are big housewares. And both of these are going to be, well, the blankets and throws are probably going to wind up being more long-term projects, yada yada. And then we have goals, and this is finally getting into the more planner people interests, I'm sure. So we have, I have 4 sections, so it's self-care, business/work, crafting, and relationships. So as you can tell, self-care is definitely the section where I have the most goals in, because that's like, it's do. Like crafting, it's more of a, like, I don't really count that one as a, like, it's a goal because this is how I want to structure my years around what I make, because making makes me happy. But like, it's not, so these are sort of, I have so many goals with underneath the self-care umbrella because that's the section of my goals that I have the most control over. And then my business and my work, I have a little bit more control over, a little bit less control over that than taking care of myself. And then whatever I do for my relationships, I have less control of because there is my fiance and our girlfriend involved. So it's 3 people. Yeah. And then, so self-care is more like personal care, like taking care of the house. Like, it's not self-care as the way that like Tumblr and Instagram have you think of it. So like doing the cat box more often is on there, because I change them completely twice a week and scoop them every other day in between. And it's not exactly working, so I want to try and change them 3 times a week. But I have, for whatever reason, a very, very hard time remembering to do just everything. It just goes, it's in my brain and then it's out my brain. I don't know. Business work has stuff to do with YouTube and Etsy, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I now have the planner Instagram, the personal Instagram, or personal, it's now the knitting and crocheting Instagram. Yes, planner, knit, crochet, the shop, Catnip's Creations. And then I literally just this morning started an ACNH, an Animal Crossing one. I will make sure I have all 4 of those linked in the description box, as long as my brain does not leave me. And then we have product ideas for the new year, because I want to, one of my big goals for the Etsy shop is to have a new product type in the shop every month for 2021. I haven't even thought of a whole 12, so there's that. And then here we have some yearly trackers. If you have not noticed, I am already halfway through this book, more than halfway, because this is page 108 and 109 out of a 180 page book, I believe. Yeah, 180. And I've already had to do a band-aid on a previous month. So I started, oh gosh, that's why this page is so chunky. I have stickers stuck in here. I was trying to figure out why my journal wouldn't like lay flat. It was chunky because stickers. Anyway, so I technically already have both of these spreads written down in the front pages. Because this one is a period and mood tracker, and this one is a daily tarot card tracker. I only had periods earlier in the journal, and I didn't like the way I wound up not recording what I was pulling every day because I didn't like the way I set it up. Originally, when I bought this journal, which is just one of the, like, I don't even think it has its label on it anymore, but it's just one of the ones you can get from Michaels in their journal section. And I got this to be a little bit more of a spiritual journal because this guy, my last bullet journal, I set this up for April on camera. Yeah, April on camera, but I did use it for May and June as well. And then I just, like, I left probably two months worth. I honestly really adore the paper in the Midori notebooks. Not as much as I don't know. I think it's a tie between the Midori notebooks and the Hobonichi notebooks, which one has my favorite paper, because the Hobonichi is just so crinkly and so much fun, and then the Midori feels really sturdy, and for whatever reason, I hated the thinness and the off-whiteness of the Leuchtturm notebooks, but I love the thinness in the Hobonichi, and I love the off-whiteness in the Midori. I don't know. I also will admit that I quite liked the Moleskine notebooks when I used to use those for my journaling. Way back in, like, high school. Yes, it is 5 o'clock and I am still drinking coffee. Do I care? No, it is 2020 and there are no rules. So, I think at this point, I'm going to shut up and just do this. And then I will come back to you and explain to you how I'm going to use it. Yeah. And then I have, well, okay. I'll explain to you what each page is before we get to January, and then, I don't know, we'll see how much time this has taken and see if I need to split 2021 and January apart. So yeah, periods and moods, because I feel like my emotions and my moods are fluctuating a lot more than they should be if we just take into consideration like what my uterus is doing to me. And then I just, for the tarot spread, it's more that I've given myself space to not only color code each of the suits and then the majors, I've also given myself 2 boxes, which typically is enough space for me to write in like lovers or whatever, so I know which card it was rather than just which type of card, because I feel like which type of card, while being a useful data point, is not useful without knowing which one it was. Like, have I drawn the 8 of Swords 12 times in December? We're not talking about that. And then Future Log, which I must admit is not usually a, wow, brain, Catherine, a spread I put in my journals. And I will also only be using this journal. I have counted it out, like with sticky notes and everything, only will take me to the end of March, which is very serendipitous for me wanting to do the April start Hobonichi. It's very interesting to me to note that 2019, the first year I ever got a Hobonichi, I got a Hobonichi Weeks, and I got an April start. And I used all of that notebook until December when I got my 2020 weeks. And then, like, I just ignored my weeks after, like, February. So I'm starting to think that April start notebooks may actually be my thing, which sounds so weird, being an American and not having any reason for my calendar to start in April. Maybe it is straight up just the novelness of the calendar or the planner starting in April that makes me stick to it, because it's like, oh, look at this, I'm weird. Which totally is so dumb, but it's also like so Catherine. So while I have it spaced out for the entirety of 2021 right now, I'm thinking I might do just the first half, because I shouldn't have anything. I honestly want to say that, like, I shouldn't have anything past March to schedule, unless something really strange happens in the next couple of months. So, Future Log, and then this is the Year Ahead Tarot spread by Biddy Tarot, and I've just written out how she has them laid out, and then what her rules are, and then spaced out a little bit of a section for me to jot down what the card was and my thoughts. And then we start January, and of course I have sticky notes, because I didn't want to write on here because I was just gonna have to erase it later, and then I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna write on here like a day after I wrote this in. So there we go. I'm going to take my time doing this. It is, as I said, late in the evening and December, so the light may go out on us very quickly, so I might just have to separate December and January, or not December, January, the 2021 setup, even though I've only got 3 spreads, and the January setup, because of the fact that I am physically incapable of shutting the fuck up. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. red on the watercolor. Boop. Okay. Pardon me, I was listening to a live stream while I was doing all of this. So that is the end of the 2021 setup. I believe this has been, yeah, nearly an hour worth of raw footage. So I will probably be cutting out a lot of this. I also just realized that I completely forgot to erase the lines on this page before I went in with the watercolor, which just feels so peak Catherine. So I have to let this page dry because I went a little bit ahead before I can do my January setup. So I will see you guys later. I hope you didn't get too much shit from 2020. I hope you didn't miss me too bad, and I hope that seeing me again, seeing a video from me again, does not make you upset that, like, I wasn't here or some silly thing like that. Basically, I hope everything is good with you and with me and with us. And I genuinely hope that everyone is doing all of the good luck things tomorrow night for New Year's Eve. And so, you know, if you make it to this point, tell me what your good luck New Year's Eve activity is, and whether or not you did it this year, because this should be going up on Friday the 1st.